It's just something that was grinding on me. I was like, I need to get this out there. I need to speak to people about this. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I decided I wanted to discuss a couple of topics with you. Toxic people and people pleasing. Now, the reason I wanted to talk about this was just because I've recently been reevaluating a lot of friendships, relationships, family even in my life, and I just thought it would be good to put it out there whether or not it would help someone else with a situation or a relationship that they're in that's toxic for them. Also in terms of people pleasing, so that's kind of about being the yes person all the time and then being able to learn to set boundaries. So here goes. So first, in my opinion, something that is toxic, so it could be a toxic situation, so that could be a work situation. You go in every day and you absolutely hate what you do. I remember I used to have a job that I worked in and absolutely dreaded getting up and going into work every single day. Like, it almost became soul destroying. And I would sit down and I would complain and complain and complain. And then eventually I was like, well, I need to do something about this because it's not doing my mental well-being any good whatsoever. If you don't like the situation you're in, then change it. Or if the things around you don't change, change the things you're around, so they say. That's my first thing. Also, things like, in my mind, something that's a toxic relationship. So again, anything, it could be a family member, it could be a good long-time friend, someone that you've known for years, or it could be a romantic partner. That's a toxic relationship can happen in any kind of scenario. I think for me, recently, I have had to reevaluate some of the people that I've been around. A toxic situation or relationship might be someone that you spend time with, and every single time you spend time with that person, you come away feeling deflated or negative, or you feel unworthy, or you just don't feel good about yourself, or you just don't feel good about life in general after spending time with this person. Now, when I say constantly, I mean every single time you see this person, speak to this person, spend time with this person, if you feel negative after that, then that's not someone that you need to be around. Absolutely do not need to be around. I mean, I've found that over the years, I've kind of hung on to friendships or relationships longer than I should have done. Let's be real here. If someone keeps overstepping the mark, if someone's doing something to hurt you and you have had a discussion with this said person that's doing something to hurt you and told them what it is that they're doing that hurts you, and they don't make a change, or they continue to do it knowing that you've already had a discussion about it, that person's toxic. They're only out for themselves. Get rid. Now, there is the loyalty side of things, so I think we tend to hang on to situations a little bit longer than necessary sometimes, especially if we have had a long history with that person. So we might have known this person for a long time, or they might even be a family member, but because they're a family member, you allow them to overstep the mark because it's family. My point here is, if it's a loyalty thing, if for you feel like you're going to be disloyal by stepping away from a friendship just simply because it's years of friendship, or you've had that relationship for years, then it's okay to step away and love someone from a distance. Absolutely fine to do so. There's been a couple of relationships in the last, I'd say, 3.5 years. I'd say there's been a few relationships in the last 3.5 years that I've had to let go of, and I've had to reevaluate my entire life. And once I've let go of that relationship, I've felt like a weight has been lifted off of my shoulders, because some of those relationships I would constantly be questioning people's motives, which also then made me paranoid. It also then gave me trust issues. So with those trust issues, it wouldn't just be with that person, it would be with other people as well. So that could have been anyone in my general life. Do I trust them because X, Y, Z has done this, and I would have trusted them with my life at one point, and now they've done that. So these other people are quite capable of doing exactly the same. It's not a very nice headspace to be in. So if you are going through a toxic situation, it's not necessarily easy to break ties. However, I would do so as soon as possible, because what happens is it starts to affect your mental well-being. You start to become paranoid, and that then has a knock-on effect on all of your other relationships, friendships, again, family relationships. It's just got a general knock-on effect. So the sooner you remove negative, toxic people from your life, is the better the rest of your relationships will be. I promise you. So secondly, I wanted to discuss with you about people pleasing. So this is another thing over the last few years that I've had to kind of get better at not doing, if that makes sense. Now, what I mean better at not doing is, over the years, I used to be the yes girl. So friends would constantly want to do things. I'd constantly be like, yeah, let's do it. Sometimes I might not necessarily really be 100% on doing what it is that they're doing, but not to upset anybody, I'd be like, yeah, all right, let's go, let's do it, or okay. Now I've become the no woman. What I mean by being the no woman is, if I'm really not feeling doing what you're doing or what you're inviting me to, yes, thank you for inviting me. However, no, I don't want to. I have found that this has caused a little bit of conflict. Between some of my relationships through me saying no to people, because they're so used to me saying yes all of the time that as soon as I say no, it's a problem. It's an issue. I've decided that everything I do going forward, how is that making me happy? Is that going to make me happy? How is that going to impact on me? Is it going to turn into a negative situation? It's also okay to say no if there's, for instance, a gathering that you're invited to, that there's someone that you might not want to see, or someone that's just not, their energy, they just don't have a nice energy about them. You are no way obligated to go. In terms of me people pleasing, I used to find that I'd go to things and it would be like there might be certain people who I don't gel with so well, or again, it would be things where I'd come away feeling negative, and it's like, well, you can't continue to do that to yourself. At the end of the day, you're the only person looking out for you. You're the only person that has your own mental well-being at heart. You are the only person in control of your mental well-being. So if at the end of the day there's something that is going on, or there's something that you don't want to do because it's going to affect or have an impact on your mental well-being, you are not obligated to do that in any way, regardless of the whole fear of missing out or the pressures of people wanting you to do the things that they're doing, or, you know, sometimes I feel like if you have been a yes person, people just automatically start to expect you to be that yes person. So it's kind of a bit of a shock for them when you say no. However, again, if we don't set boundaries for ourselves, people will constantly overstep the mark. And the only person that you have to blame at the end of the day is yourself, because you didn't put your foot down. Basically, after getting rid of toxic people and getting better at saying no, I actually feel a lot better within myself. I'll be honest, a lot of the time before I used to make decisions, I would think about how the other person's going to feel when I do it, how other people might look at me if I do that, how will it impact a group of people if I make this decision, and then I have to think, actually, okay, granted, you do have to consider other people's feelings. However, you need to look after number one first. So yeah, if something's not serving you, or you don't feel like it, or it's just not right for you, then yeah, get rid, don't do it, say no. Either way, I'm definitely in a much more positive place. I've got so many beautiful and positive people around me, and I couldn't be more grateful for how my life is panning out. I am 30 now, after all. There's so much more to explore in life. Life is far too short to waste it with negative people, negative energy, and people pleasing. So guys, just make sure that you put yourself first, look out for number one, and then the rest will follow. Anyway guys, I hope you liked this video. I just wanted to express my opinion on negative energy and people pleasing. It's just something that was grinding on me. I was like, I need to get this out there. I need to speak to people about this, and therefore there I have. So it's out there now guys. If this helps someone, then amazing, absolutely amazing. But yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you. Bye bye.